Hello everyone, welcome back to my kitchen. In case you missed episode 1 with my first recipe, my name is Francesca and I am the YouFood Mama. So the sun is shining, it's finally June, and I have the perfect recipe for you today. I got inspired by a picture sent by my mother-in-law from their countryside home in Polignano a Mare. It's a beautiful coastal town in the south of Italy. You can actually see a picture behind my back, it's just beautiful. But for today, I made a trip to the market and bought some very nice fresh cherries. Maybe not as good as the ones growing in Polignano a Mare, but I'm sure we will manage to make a very nice cake that we call in Italian torta di ciliegie. We are gonna use also almonds that I've got here already cracked, but you can see them in their shell here. Also, these ones we have harvested in the countryside home of my parents-in-law. So we will need these as main ingredients. Then, as you can see in the slide here, and I got it in my very nice recipe book here, we will need flour. Then we will need sugar, half white and half brown sugar. We will need 2 eggs, butter, a liquor of your choice, and a little bit of baking powder. That's it. So let's cook. So first thing, we need to wash our cherries, I already did, and pit them because we will need to use them whole. We have a trick to do this, and you can use an empty bottle, whatever you have. I'm gonna pick this one here. You place the cherry on the top, maybe you can see it better this way, like this, and you can get a straw or something long like this. I'm gonna use a skewer. This one we don't need it. And then you just press the pits out in the bottle. There we go. You see? It's in there. And your cherry is nice and whole. So let's do it with this tool. This is the hard work, but it's doable. Once you find the right tool, as I don't have a pitter, it takes a bit of time. There you go. But this one seems to do the job. So after the hard job is done, we can go and grind our almonds. So I'm just gonna use a blender, put them in. Unfortunately, this is not transparent, so you cannot see, but you can also buy ground almonds, like almond flour. It's the same. Doesn't matter. I didn't close it properly. Yeah, now I did. Bit noisy. So I think now it's ready. Here we go. I leave them a bit coarse because it gives a bit more of a rustic texture to the cake in the end, but not too much, otherwise it will not absorb the liquids the way it should. So here we have almond flour in the end. After this, we can start working on the butter. It should be out of the fridge for a while so that it's softer and it's easier to make a cream out of it. So just start with a spatula doing this. You see, it's almost melted. And it should really become like a cream. I start doing this, and then little by little I will add my sugar in, because it should be well mixed together. So again, we have half of the sugar is white and half is brown. I'm gonna leave a little bit aside because I want to then spread it on my cake baking form. So here we go. So you see, now it's nice and smooth. The sugar is blended in. After this is done, we should add our ground almonds, all of it there. And again, we start mixing it together. Yes. After this, we should add the eggs one by one. So I put one in. And then I blend it in. This makes it easier because it's softer. Yay! Now I think we are ready for the second egg. Just the same. Here we go. Woohoo! So here our second egg. There you go. Much easier now, huh? Okie dokie. Now my book says that we should add a little bit of salt, just a pinch. It's something I normally do in every cake when I put the eggs. Sometimes this little pinch of salt can do miracles. So here it is. Nice, and you see, yeah, the almonds are actually quite coarse. But I like it this way. So at this point we are ready to add a little bit of liqueur. I chose this myrtle that was also prepared in Polignano a Mare by my mother-in-law. See if maybe this summer she can show us how to do it. Not too much. Teaspoon is fine. Very nice smell. Good for after dinner digestion. Okay. You can use whatever liquor, limoncello or rum, marsala, will all work. Or you can avoid it. It doesn't matter. It's just a matter of a bit of aroma in there. So we only need to put flour in, and we mix at this point the baking powder with it. Yeah, baking powder with the flour, all in there. So yes, we put them together through a sieve so that it doesn't have clots, and little by little we mix it. As I said, if you are more into electric tools, go ahead. and we just mix. Yes, almost ready. Another couple of rounds and the flour is all absorbed. This should be the consistency, the texture. Perfect. So at this point, we just need our baking mold. I have a silicone one in this case. So in theory, I should not grease it because it's not necessary, but because I want to create a very nice crunchy layer with the sugar, then I'm going to put a little bit of butter on this one too. So let's grease our tin with butter, our mold with butter a little bit, just so that the sugar can stick to the sides and the bottom, creating a very nice, almost crunchy layer on our cake. You remember we left aside this bit of sugar, just put it in, so, and then we do like this, so that it goes a bit to the bottom and to the sides. Yes, just enough. Now we just need to put everything we made in here. Okay. And spread it. It will raise in the oven. That I actually forgot to tell you. You should turn on so that we find it ready at temperature of 180 degrees Celsius. When we need to put the cake in and bake it for around 40 minutes. Then, of course, it depends on your oven. And normally when a cake needs to rise, you shouldn't use the ventilation function of the oven. So you might think I forgot the cherries, but no. They just come in right at this point of the recipe. Here we are. So just get your recipes that you worked so hard on to pick them and place them on the surface of your cake as nice as you can and press lightly so that they go into the base. So here we go. Our cake is now full of cherries. I must admit this should be a little bit fuller, but you know, I have two small kids and they ate my cherries just before recording. So yeah, but if you have more cherries, the 500 grams I mentioned in the recipe should cover the whole surface very, very deeply. So now let's put it in the oven. And in 40-45 minutes, we should be able to smell it and take it out. So I just thought that you might want to make a bit of a decoration out of those cherries you have left. So you can just take the white of one egg, just 1 teaspoon of sugar. You mix it together, just like this. And then you roll the cherries left in this. And then you roll them in another little bit of sugar, just like this. And they will look nice. If you leave the stem on, yeah, maybe it's even better. Then you just place them in the fridge until you need to use them. So here you see our cake is raising nicely in the oven. So here it is, it's ready. It's nice, brown and rustic because of the almonds. Now we just need to wait until it gets a bit colder and we can get a slice and enjoy it. Our cake is now cold and ready for some little decoration. Nothing too fancy, it's still a very rustic cake, so we just need a little bit of sugar powder here and there. Too much here. Okay, and let's top it off with our brined cherries.
Ancora quello.
Ciliegie. Here we go. So,
Mamma, posso
who wants a slice? Chi vuole una fetta?
tagliala?
Yes. Okay. Let's cut through and see how it is. Here is our slice. Here it is. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. If you want, you can come back for more. I'll be happy to share more family traditions with you next time. Just don't forget to like and subscribe. Ciao!